Last week was a very interesting week in this country, politically speaking. The Deputy President, William Samoei Ruto, was locked out of his official residence in Mombasa. President Uhuru Kenyatta kicked out the allies of the Deputy President like Mwangi Kiunjuri from his cabinet. And the President also visited Nakuru County. And in Nakuru County, there was also drama. The allies of the Deputy President were locked out from the venue where the President was meeting and issuing title deeds to the locals. But something also happened after the Nakuru event. President Uhuru Kenyatta convened a meeting of Kikuyu elders from Rift Valley. And during that meeting, a lot of things were discussed. 2022 politics was discussed. The Building Bridges initiative was discussed. And as a matter of fact, the President was very clear to them that the Building Bridges initiative must be supported. The economy of Central Kenya and in the diaspora was discussed, and the security. And something also caught my attention after that meeting, because from all those series of events last week, one thing is clear, that the President has already decided the path he's taking, politically speaking. And the President is now ready to chart his succession politics, especially in Central Kenya. And Kimani Ngujiri, the Bahati member of parliament, said something which caught my attention, especially after the meeting with the Kikuyu elders in Nakuru County. I want you to listen to Kimani Ngujiri very keenly what he's saying.
After that, nimeona na nimeshangaa. Hata wazee wakaenda Kisheha jana usiku baada ya kumaliza hiyo. Wakaenda na wakapewa 10,000 kila moja. Me have no problem with that. Why do they have problem tukienda kwa DP? Tukipewa transport. What's the problem? What is the problem? Wazee wameenda wamekula hapa 10,000. Na wamekuja wengine wameniambia waliambiwa wapitishe BBI kwa sababu anatengeneza kiti ya Wakikuyu kwa BBI. We want to be clear. Hii kiti ya Wakikuyu ni gani inatengenezwa? We don't want to be made in the seat for anybody. Tumepea miaka yake 10 amalize, let him go.
Now, from that speech by Kimani Ngujiri, one thing is clear, that the President has something for the people of Central Kenya. And I also read was it on the Nation or Standard, a statement attributed to Nakuru governor who attended that meeting. And the Nakuru governor was quoted as having said that the people of Central Kenya should support the Building Bridges initiative, because there's no way they can allow or they can hand over that sword to someone else, because it's too sharp to be handed over that way. But the biggest question is, who is President Uhuru Kenyatta grooming in Central Kenya? I want to tell you for sure that I've observed President Uhuru Kenyatta, especially this year, that we are going to see a more decisive president. But who is the President grooming? Because initially, there were several people who wanted to succeed President Uhuru Kenyatta from Central Kenya. And from that list, there are two people. There is Mwangi Kiunjuri, the former cabinet secretary for agriculture, and there is Moses Kuria. These two individuals had the potential. But from the look of things, the President is not thinking about them. Mwangi Kiunjuri was sacked, which means the president is throwing him under the bus. He is not anywhere near the president's equation. What about Moses Kuria? From the noises Moses Kuria is making, it is clear that the president doesn't have any plan with Moses Kuria succeeding him in central Kenya. So Moses Kuria and Mwangi Kiunjuri can only succeed President Uhuru Kenyatta through their own personal efforts. But not that the president will endorse them. That one will not happen. But who is President Uhuru Kenyatta fronting? In my view, from the cabinet reshuffle and from the Building Bridges initiative, it is now clear the president is keen on controlling who will succeed him. And the president has now unleashed 4 individuals. And in my view, these 4 individuals are the people the president is going to front. But at the end of the day, it's going to narrow down to 1 individual. But who are these 4 individuals? In my list, the first person the president, I think, is favoring more is Peter Munya. Peter Munya is emerging as a top contender to succeed President Uhuru Kenyatta. And I think the president loves him. Why am I saying so? In 2017, Peter Munya contested on, was it PNU party, for the gubernatorial seat of Meru on a PNU party. And he gave these guys problems because the deputy president wanted to ensure that Peter Munya was destroyed. But a lot of things happened, and Peter Munya was defeated by Kirauti Murungi. And most people thought that after that, that was going to mark the end of Peter Munya. But President Uhuru Kenyatta had a different idea. That's why I've always suspected that maybe the president had something against the deputy president even before going for elections. Because during the time the president was forming the cabinet, Raila Odinga was still nowhere near him. But he decided to pick Peter Munya. He knew so well that Peter Munya and William Ruto, who was his deputy, were not in talking terms. Then recently, so that's one incident which confirms to you that the president has Peter Munya in mind. Then after that election, Peter Munya was made the cabinet. And during the recent reshuffling, what happened? Peter Munya was elevated from the Ministry of Trade to Ministry of Agriculture. And the reason the president was doing that, in my view, is also very clear. Farming is key to the people of central Kenya. And the allies of the deputy president raised certain issues which they insisted were the problems facing the people of central Kenya. So Uhuru Kenyatta has now given Peter Munya that docket to fix those problems. And by fixing those problems, Peter Munya is going to endure himself to the people of central Kenya. And look at it also from this perspective. How many people still remember the Hotel Lamada saga? On that saga, the deputy president accused Munya and the rest of planning to assassinate him. But what happened? In the recent reshuffle, Peter Munya is still being elevated. And Peter Munya was clear at that time that he had express mandate from the president to meet with leaders from central Kenya. So I think the president could be preparing Peter Munya to succeed him in central Kenya. But Peter Munya is not alone. Who is the next possible candidate? Anne Waiguru. We all know that Anne Waiguru shares special friendship with President Uhuru Kenyatta. And that's why the president entrusted Anne Waiguru with the Ministry of Devolution in the first term of his regime. And Devolution Ministry was allocated so much money. But also, it almost destroyed Anne Waiguru. And despite that, Anne Waiguru was still assisted. And she became the governor for Kirinyaga. And the moment Raila Odinga had a handshake with President Uhuru Kenyatta, Anne Waiguru was the first governor from central Kenya to shake hands also with Raila Odinga. Why was that happening? Or why did that happen? That happened because the president directed her to go and talk to Raila Odinga. Then came the Kibera by-election. And I opined on this platform that the presence of Anne Waiguru in those Kibera elections was a clear signal that the president was present there. And now we have the Building Bridges initiative. Who is the face of Central Kenya in the Building Bridges initiative? Anne Waiguru. But why Anne Waiguru of all the people? I think Anne Waiguru, the president is also positioning Anne Waiguru as part of his strategy in case Peter Munya will mess, so Anne Waiguru can take over. So I think the president is putting these guys to test. Then there is number 3 is Mutahi Kagwe. And I predicted Mutahi Kagwe the moment he was made the master of ceremony at that Sagana meeting. And it didn't come as a surprise to me when Mutahi Kagwe was appointed as a cabinet secretary for health. For those who remember, Mutahi Kagwe is a former member of parliament for Mukurweni. And he was also a minister for ICT. Mutahi Kagwe also was the immediate former senator for Nyeri County. And President Uhuru Kenyatta appointed Mutahi Kagwe to neutralize the impact of the sacking of Mwangi Kiunjuri from the cabinet. Because Mutahi Kagwe comes from Nyeri, you fire someone who has lineage from Nyeri, like Mwangi Kiunjuri, then you give the Nyeri someone else. And by now being a cabinet minister, Mutahi Kagwe can now shine in central Kenya. And it's a sign of confidence in him. So if you ask me, I believe Mutahi Kagwe is also part and parcel of Uhuru succession plan for central Kenya. And who is the last person? Kanini Kega. And I think there's a separate video I made about Kanini Kega. Kanini Kega is not known. If I ask you the real name of Kanini Kega, you won't even tell me. Kanini Kega is a nickname. He's the MP for Kieni. Kieni is in Nyeri. And this constituency was once represented by some of the powerful men around. Chris Murungaru, for those who remember. And Kanini Kega, in my view, and I want you guys to continue watching this guy very closely. I pointed out that Uhuru Kenyatta sent Kanini Kega with his contribution and message of condolence to the family of the late mother of Madeira Member of Parliament, Girathi Gachagua. He also sent him with money to that funeral. The president knew so well that Girathi Gachagua is one of the key allies of the deputy president. He knew that. And he knew so well that the president was going to attend that event. The president knew that. He knew the deputy president was going to attend that event. The president even knew, because he has intelligence, that Team Tanga, the entire Team Tanga brigade, were going to go to Madeira constituency for that burial of Gerathi Gachagwa's mother. But the president still gave Kanini Kega his contribution and his message of condolence to deliver in an event where the president was. And Kanini Kega revealed that he was in Mombasa and he met with President Uhuru Kenyatta at State House. It's not easy to meet President Uhuru Kenyatta. That's why most of these members of parliament from Central Kenya are making noise. They can't meet them in Central Kenya. They can't meet him in Nairobi. So who is Kanini Kega to just go to Mombasa and meet with the president? So I'm sure the president summoned Kanini Kega to Mombasa. And remember, after that meeting, that's when the president decided to fire Mwangi Kiunjuri, who also comes from Nyeri. That's when the president decided to go to Nakuru. So probably the president has something for this young man called Kanini Kega. And if you want to read more, to learn more about my thoughts on Kanini Kega, one of my videos, I spoke about Kanini Kega and questioned whether the president is grooming him. But something tells me that Kanini Kega is one of the people the president is grooming in Central Kenya. I don't know. Because there's no coincidence. In politics, there is no coincidence. Kanini Kega cannot be in Mombasa meeting the president. And apart from that Nyeri incident, Kanini Kega was also sent to another funeral in Laikipia. That's where Mwangi Kiunjuri comes from, but by the president. I don't know the kind of phone calls they have with Kanini Kega, but it's very funny that of all the MPs from Central Kenya, the president chose Kanini Kega. I wouldn't mind Wambugu Ngunjiri, the Nyeri town member of parliament, because Wambugu Ngunjiri has been, was the force behind the Kileweke and has been in contact with these guys. But I've never seen the president sending him to represent him. I've never. I don't know what you think. I want to get your thoughts. Is there any other person apart from those four individuals the president could be grooming to take over? Kanini Kega, Anne Waiguru, Mutahi Kagwe, and Peter Munya. And who do you think among the four has the ability and the capacity to represent the interests of Central Kenya at the national level? Because according to Kimani Ngunjiri, the president told those elders that cheo cha Wakikuyu iko kwa BBI. So who do you think will be fronted to take over that seat? Thank you guys, and please may you have a good day.